Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a minute since I've done a sit down video, but I am super happy to be back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about German culture shocks as an American. This is going to be a holiday edition. This video is just going to be some culture shocks that I've had now living in Germany for over 6 years regarding holiday shockers or things that I was not really prepared for, and as well you might find just a little bit different than the American culture. Obviously, you are open to your own opinions and you can obviously disagree, but this is all based on my experiences. So I have 7 culture shocks, which may surprise you, may not surprise you. We're just going to jump right into the video with the first holiday culture shock, which is going to be the German Christmas tree. I'm sure there's going to be an explanation for why the trees kind of differ, but basically the culture shock is around the fact that every Christmas tree that I have seen in Germany in homes, they look different to me than an American tree looks. Not just that, as well how Americans decorate trees compared to how the Germans decorate trees. It's also, there's a difference, you can see it. I think the consensus is that most people use real trees, but I know Americans as well, we also use real trees. But the Christmas tree in Germany, I feel like it's not as dense, as in you can kind of like see through the tree in some spaces. Every American tree that I've seen, real and artificial, it's like so dense you cannot see through the tree, period. Like there's no way you can see through this tree. I'm obviously gonna have some images on the screen just to show you guys like the differences between the two. I wouldn't say it's the biggest wow culture shock ever, but this is a holiday edition and I think it is something, you know, that you would probably not notice unless you're here for some time, but I have been here for some time and I do notice a difference between the trees. This could obviously be due to the types of trees in Germany compared to the US. I am not 100% sure, but I'm sure one of you guys are, and if you know the answer, just put it in the comment section below. The second culture shock I would say is Glühwein, and if you don't know what Glühwein is, in English it's basically mulled wine, and you know, you just have it warm. And Glühwein around the Christmas times and around Germans, it's like, it's the thing. Like this is what you need to drink at Christmas time. If you're not drinking this, then it's not Christmas and it's not really the holiday season. So I would say one of the biggest culture shocks is getting into Glühwein, and me personally, I despise Glühwein. Like it's so sweet, and in general I hate sweet things, but it's so sweet and then it's warm, and I don't know, I'm just not, I was never a mulled wine fan, but the Germans love it. If you're on the street, if you go to any market around Christmas time, they will have this Glühwein mulled wine there. You will always find it around Germany. For me, I think in the States, we don't really have something like this that you drink specifically around Christmas time. Like we don't have anything, and if you know something, please let me know, but I don't think as a consensus, as a whole country, we have something that we have at Christmas time, you know? This filters into the next culture shock, which is the Christmas markets. And yeah, Germans are really obsessed with their Christmas markets, and I can see why. It's like a whole holiday adventure in every single town. Maybe not every town, but in the major cities there is a Christmas market. I know for sure in Berlin, like there's different districts in Berlin, and there's a Christmas market in more or less all of those districts, which is very, very cool. In Stuttgart, where I used to live, they had a Stuttgart Christmas market, which was also very nice, and it basically is holiday market through the city or in a location in a city, and they have these little huts, and basically you can get like sausage and bread, you can get Glühwein, of course, you can get other warm drinks, you can get cookies, you can get sweets, and it's just like a whole vibe. Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's like rides and attractions. What I realized this year is that some places or most places you can't even get normal wine. You have to just have these warm drinks, like warm alcohol. But yeah, that is basically the whole essence of a Christmas market, and it's very, very, very cute. I love Christmas markets, but it is something different. It is a shock coming from New York specifically. We don't have those types of things. What I can correlate with that is the Rockefeller, the big tree that is in New York City, but I don't think there's anything around that, like market or holiday things that you can do around that tree. Maybe ice skating, but again, it's not like a whole grand market where you can go and actually enjoy yourself and have an evening. So yeah, that has been a big culture shock. It has been a positive culture shock. The next culture shock would be cookies. And you might be thinking like, what about cookies? Like, what does cookies have to do with culture shock? I don't even know if this would be considered a real culture shock, but literally all of the people that I follow on Instagram, when it comes to the holiday season, when first Advent has started, you're gonna see on their story like these little crescent white shaped cookies and these very interesting cookies that you'd always find in like a tin. You know those old tins that your grandma used to put sewing things in? But around the holiday season, there's always these cookies around and people are always making these cookies. And I would say that, okay, potentially the US, we have a similar tradition of making, I don't know, maybe chocolate chip cookies or something like that, but it's not as intense as this. The feeling I get in Germany is that this is a rite of passage into the holiday season, is making these cookies. If you didn't make these cookies, if you did not have Glühwein, then you didn't actually start the holidays. The fifth culture shock, which I actually got quite some time ago, and I feel like not a lot of people know this, and I know I did not know this, but in Germany they actually celebrate Christmas on the 24th, and the US, we celebrate it on the 25th. And I don't know the history behind why that is. Maybe someone in the comments can enlighten us all. I'm sure I'm going to read about it after this. But yeah, Christmas is on the 24th. And I know that with my boyfriend, I would always go back to New York and he would stay in Germany with his family. And he would basically always have his Christmas before I did. And it was always very like interesting. So guys, those were my culture shocks, holiday edition, of course. I hope you found this interesting. This is not a coming for you video. If you have different experiences, like I said, please understand these are my experiences and what I've seen around town, so don't take everything too seriously. But if you notice any other holiday culture shocks in the country you're in or in Germany, I am very interested to know what those are, so definitely leave them in the comment section below. I hope you guys are staying happy, healthy, and safe. Happy holidays to whatever you celebrate, and I hope to see you in another video.